we don't understand what is data or where it hides. What makes it big, honestly, is a couple of things. Specific to that question, duplication is big. When people mail stuff around, what tends to happen is multiple copies of it start existing, and you start getting into a world where there's 15 copies of everything. But probably the harder thing for people these days is, I'm very commonly asked and ask people, what is the cloud? Because it's one of those marketing terms that have like 100 different meanings and everybody has a different one. I less commonly get asked, what is data? But I have found asking that question has yielded some very different responses. Because most people think about the files they email around or the data that they share with another. They don't. Some people bring in video cameras, like security camera footage. Some people talk about databases that they store data into. There's just a lot of things. Data is a generic term. And so if you're looking at all of the things that can be data, from personnel records to customer data to buying patterns to the augmented reality engine that lets you play Minecraft in 3D, those are all different forms of data, and they're enormous. One of the interesting events I attended recently is I was at an event where there was a director, a guy named James Cameron, which many of you may be familiar with, and he was talking about the differences between filming the movie Avatar and filming its sequel, which they're doing now. And the first movie, the Avatar, came out to be a petabyte when it was all said and done. Like, the whole movie is about a petabyte. The sequel is still 2 years away and is double-digit petabytes. And it's just enormous, the change of how much space everything takes when you add more effects or more detail, or you have the capability to produce effects that couldn't have been done 2 months ago, a year ago, just because of the additional ability of compute. You have the public cloud, the scalable cloud, where you can put ephemeral workers together and you can solve problems around genetics and genomics, and you can push through vaccine research in months instead of years. And these are all things that just weren't, it's not like we invented new technology, we just did it a different way. And it just kind of accelerated everything. So now what is data is all of those things that were impossible to do before becoming possible. And this chart is just sort of one of those ones to kind of get people thinking about where are all the places data might be coming from and where might they be going. It's a very big picture these days. That's one of the things that makes it bigger and complicated. So how do we help? How does Mavenspire help? If you haven't met us before, we've been around for more than 20 years, and we are a problem solvers. We're challenge solvers. We're a consulting firm. And our smart as a service consulting kind of brains can help in a couple different areas. We can help you map your data. We can help you figure out what you have, classification of it, the ins and outs of it that help you when you get to the costing model to figure out where you can put it, where it'll be okay and where it won't be okay. And we can help you maintain it. If you want to just make it someone else's problem to keep track and store all this data, we can do that for you. We can help you with the advisory side of answering some of the biggest questions right now, help you with the strategic plans, help you to figure out what your different options are and which ones are going to get you the best impact. And I can help you figure out a business intelligence strategy and start working through it, which is really, again, about monetizing that data. And then finally, in the area of economics itself, we can do the assessment on your current data storage, as well as figure out how to create a TCO and a strategy for data storage budget that's going to take you against your current growth curve. If you need to be able to be a culture of yes, and you can't figure out how to get there, we can help you get there. We can also help introduce to you other financing and CapEx and OpEx and as a service models that can help break down and link increased revenue, reduce costs to the spend that you're doing. And make that something that is actually very palatable to your organization rather than something that's big and scary.